was a hot day in Des Moines, but the Indy cars made Grand Avenue a little hotter. IndyCar Series drivers Jack Harvey and Joseph Newgarden drove up some excitement in downtown Des Moines.
Nothing beats the sound of an Indy car just roaring down the straight, and nothing beats it.
The racers roared down the streets of Grand Avenue for the first time in Des Moines to show off their vehicles and meet some fans. The fans gathered in the heat for autographs, photos, and just to see the cars in action and up close.
It was just fun. It was fun to see how many people came to, just see the cars and hopefully promote the Hy-Vee IndyCar race weekend as much as we can. But yeah, it's been a really fun experience.
These drivers are now getting ready to return to the Iowa Speedway, which is located in Newton, Iowa, on July 22nd through the 24th.
Just giving people hopefully a little bit of a taste. It's going to get them excited to come and actually watch the race.
The festival is the first time these drivers will be racing in Newton since 2020, and there'll be an additional featured lineup of country music stars, food trucks, and fan activities to look forward to. In Des Moines, Ashley Weil, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader. Caught on video, two young thieves crashed through central Iowa vapors just past midnight and early night in June, grabbing as much as they could in the minute and 6 seconds it took them to get in and out.
When that girl came through the door, she came a beeline. She knew exactly what she was going for. But then when they were grabbing out of the cases, it was just kind of grabbing the first thing they saw.
The unidentified individuals grabbed armfuls of disposable vape sticks and an assortment of additional products. Between the repairs of the broken glass door and the loss of products, the losses for this small local business added up. But there's not much they can do.
Oh, it's extremely frustrating. Basic break-in like this, you can't even bother putting in a claim. So, it just comes out of the profits of the business.
And this is not the first break-in for this business that has locations across Iowa.
Yeah, we've been broken into with 12 stores across the state. We've probably had a couple break-ins a year.
Looking forward, the local business is looking to add additional security measures and get the message out on how seriously they take break-ins and how they can stop future incidents. Because these thieves appear to be underage, the business has extra concerns on whose hands these products will end up in. In Altoona, Ashley Weil, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader. A man has been killed trying to save two teens during a tubing accident on Raccoon River. Now, part of the river is closing to the public. Rico Morrow was tubing through the metal tubes in Raccoon River, which were built to divert the water under the construction site on I-80, allowing the construction workers to work in dry land. Two teenagers were pulled into these tubes, and Morrow went in and was able to help the teenagers before he himself got pulled in.
He knew there was a danger and went ahead and went.
Van Meter Director of Public Safety William Daggett says there was some signage advising the public to avoid the tubes, but with collaboration with Dallas County and the DNR office, they are working to get some more.
So we're just going to make it blatantly clear that there's no one allowed on the river between Pucker Brush and the city of Van Meter, so that we don't have something like this happen the rest of the summer.
However, the river stretch is divided in different city limits, making it difficult for decisions to be made.
The sheriff's like, I don't have the authority to close it. DNR's like, well, we don't really. And I said, I do. It's in our fire district. My fire chief has the right to shut it down.
In Van Meter, Ashley Weil, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader. World War II veteran Hugh Bell will have his service here in Shenandoah, Iowa tomorrow. Bell, shown here on the right, served in World War II as a pilot in the Air Force.
His orders, his flight records, picture albums, photographs of he and his crew. That's most of what I know. He really wasn't one to talk about it.
Roderick Henderson is Bell's only relative left, so the community is asking for people to come and honor him at his service.
Like I said, they're a vanishing breed, and heroes in World War II, Korea era, there were thousands that did things that they got no recognition for.
Later in his life, Bell became a well-known member of Shenandoah.
But he was good at going to the high school and talking to the kids, giving them the views of what it was like to be in a world war. And the kids really enjoyed him, and he liked them real well.
People knew him for always being outspoken as he wrote letters to the editors of local papers and had an active voice in politics.
He was always well able to contribute to anything in the town and voice his opinion.
He'll be honored here tomorrow at Rose Hill Cemetery.
Well, if it wasn't for the veterans like you, we wouldn't be here today. You know, that's what gave us the freedom and the rights to do what we want.
From Shenandoah, Ashley Weil, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader. High school students from across the Midwest are braving the heat in Marshalltown 4 years after a tornado hit the town. The tornado struck Marshalltown, causing damage to over 500 of their buildings, including the county courthouse, which finally is almost repaired.
I think the thing that you experience in disaster is a lot of people wanting to come in right away and help right away, but the scars and the work still remains, you know, well after the disaster. So here we are nearly 2 years beyond the derecho as well, and there is still a lot of work left to do.
Over 200 Catholic Heart Work Camp campers are working groups around the community this week, helping those who are still recovering from the disaster after disaster that impacted this town.
So we've made huge progress, but what these kids can come in and do is help with the weed pulling and some of that special stuff that you want on your home, getting it painted, just things that the insurance didn't cover.
The camp has kids working on a variety of projects and hopes to continue the camp year after year.
That's just what the community needs now. We need more people who are getting out there and helping people. We're not even from Iowa, but it's still great to help people. The feeling you get, the smiles you get to see on their faces.
Despite the natural disasters, the town has found some positives and is proud of how they have grown in the past 4 years.
I think 2 disasters has really made us a resilient community where we know how to respond, but we also know who our neighbors are now, and we feel more connected and better as a community, I think, from where we were on July 18th. And you have to find those silver linings when you can, and that's definitely one of them.
In Marshalltown, Ashley Weil, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader. Iowa passed new child care laws, but child care centers like this say they don't address the issues at all. A major issue facing child care is teacher shortages, which means a lack of availability for kids, which means the waitlists for centers make it impossible for parents to get spots. For a mother of 4 children, child care has been an impossible search.
So we're solely looking at who could take them. And that's obviously not a great feeling for a parent to have to base it on just who can.
But many centers, in order to prioritize the safety, are not changing their regulations despite Iowa's recent law, which changes child care worker to kid ratios.
Safety is our #1 priority, and making sure that we are giving each child what they need is what is important to us.
Child care centers want to protect the safety of the children and the mental health of their teachers as well.
We love our teachers, and we do not want to burn our teachers out.
These child care teachers are already working in high-stress and low-income jobs and are unable to take on any more.
Sometimes a child demands 3 times the attention of another kid. And frankly, you want to give as much attention as you can to all of them. But adding 2 more children could feel like adding 6.
Centers are saying that unless there are changes in quality staffing availability, more students in their classrooms are not an option.
So maybe it's good for parents that we add children to this ratio, but it's not good for the kids.
In Ankeny, Ashley Weil, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.